Hi guys, I just want to talk to you for a little bit about an issue that I think is really important, and that's what we have to do to reform our money bail system. Now, obviously, this is a matter that's about criminal justice policy, but equally important, I would say this is about economic justice. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say, for example, that there is a mom who is accused of shoplifting some items of value from a department store. Well, that's a crime, of course. She gets arrested and bail is set, and let's say it's set at $20,000. Well, she doesn't have $20,000. So her family, who's sitting in court, they hear this and they go across the street to the bail bondsman, who says that they'll put up the $20,000 if the family gives them 10%, which of course is $2,000. Well, most working people don't have $2,000 just sitting around. So the woman and her family basically have three choices. She can figure out what to sell or pawn to come up with that $2,000. She could sit in jail until her next court date or her trial date, and in the interim, perhaps lose her job, or if her children are left alone at home, potentially lose custody of her children. Or she could plead guilty, and then she could get out, and then she would also have a criminal record. And then it would also make her difficult for her to find work in the future. Meanwhile, as another example, let's say there's a member of a transnational criminal organization who gets arrested for the same offense as that woman. Well, he's got some cash, and so he or she can make bail easily just because they can afford to write a big check, which means they can get out easily because they can afford to write a big check. Well, that doesn't keep us safe, and that's not fair, and that's not smart, and we can do better. For instance, instead of the ability to pay determining whether or not many people stay in jail, we should use methods like risk assessment. The judge could consider her background, look at things like her conviction history, and if they see no risk that she'll threaten the community or skip town, they let her go until her court date. States from Colorado to Kentucky have been pioneering these types of innovations. And let's be clear about this. This is not only smarter, it also just makes common sense. And be clear, this is not just a bipartisan issue. Frankly, I believe it's a nonpartisan issue. It affects all people the same way, regardless if they are a Republican or a Democrat. So I'm very proud to have introduced a bill with Senator Rand Paul last week that would encourage states to implement smart reforms to their bail systems. We've named it the Pretrial Integrity and Safety Act, and I hope you will join us in supporting this effort, because I think we can all agree whether someone is detained before trial should be determined by whether they're a risk to their community and society, not whether they're rich. Thank you.